Hi everyone. I don't have my lab completely ready yet, but it's okay because this experiment needed to be outside anyway, and you'll see why in just a minute. So our Bible story today was about Moses, and we start learning about Moses in the book of Exodus, which is very early on in our Bible, Genesis and then Exodus. Well, we learned about Moses as a baby, but then as he grew up, he got into some trouble and ran away kind of from home, although he was a grown-up, and he went just to live in a different area. Well, God had different plans for Moses, and so he was not going to let Moses just give that plan up. He wanted him to see what it was and what he could do with God's strength. Well, to get Moses' attention, remember, he made a bush. This is my bush, that was on fire, but it didn't burn up. If I burned another bush up, I don't want to kill a bush, so I'm not going to put one on fire. It would burn in just a couple seconds. The wood would just burn up fast. Well, God made the bush burn, as in on fire, but it didn't burn away. And so it caught Moses' attention when he was out taking care of his flocks. And so I thought it would be fun to do a science experiment that would be like a burning bush. Now, I don't have God's powers, okay? I'm using some other science to make something look like it, but it's not a real bush, okay? So I don't have any of God's powers, but I just wanted you to get an idea of what it might look like. Let's see if it looks the same as what Moses saw. So I have something in my pocket here, and I'll explain it afterwards, but I'm going to see if I can make this bush be on fire and not burn. Stay with me a little bit. It's going to take me a little bit to get it going. Kind of cool. I'll explain what I'm doing later. I want to concentrate on my fire first. Make sure I'm being safe. You can't do this at home. Only grown-ups can do this one. It requires a lot of stuff that would be dangerous. Get this area burning too. Well, this one doesn't want to burn right here, does it? Still burning a little bit. So that was pretty cool, wasn't it? This is a metal wall hanging that I have that's like a tree. It didn't burn up. It caught on fire, but it didn't burn up. Metal doesn't usually burn, right? But this is covered with something called steel wool. And that's just very thin fiber. Sometimes mom or dad might use it in the kitchen to clean a pot. They make a steel wool with cleaner in it that will scrape off things that are hard on it. But you can buy it for other reasons too that don't have the cleaner in it. But I took a battery, a 9-volt battery, and when both of the positive and the negative charge touch the steel wool at the same time, it heats it up and causes the spark. So you can still see that I did it. Okay, I have water here, and I have, actually I wouldn't want to use water unless it was just hitting the grass in my yard. I have a fire extinguisher ready, so if it did it. But it's pretty cool, right? It just, so that friction causes it to burn, but the bush is still the same as it was when I started. It did not burn away. Pretty cool. I bet Moses was even more amazed at what God did that day. I hope you have a great week, and remember, Jesus loves you more than you can imagine.